I figured it'd be better if I turned it around, right? So I'm going to try to position this thing up so where I'm hands-free and I can talk to y'all while I'm working on stuff. I'm bored. Usually there's like always somebody here. So in any case, so today I'm making incense, which is probably one of my least favorite things to do, and I have a lovely customer who's been very patient with me because I had a house full of people last weekend, and I have been trying to catch up with life. But yeah, incense is not my thing. I mean, I make good incense. Don't get me lying. But incense is one of those things that, it tells you, like, for all my formulations, and right now I'm using my mortar and pestle, and I use a marble one for resins because resins tend to stick on things. And so right now I'm bashing up some and trying, and my mentors, when I was working for the voodoo store, they taught me how to do it in between my legs. So to take the mortar and pestle, which is actually, it reminds me of a lot of African things I've seen, when people are cooking in other countries, where they put the mortar and pestle between their legs to secure it. And what I find is, well, you certainly don't want to bang it on your table, because that just doesn't make any sense. And for somebody who haven't really exerted any effort today, I think I look pretty decent. The sunrise is, sunlight behind my back is making me look a little bit angelic. Don't be fooled. Hey, everybody. I'm going to be looking down a lot. But if you all want to ask me some questions, feel free. What I'm doing right now is finishing incense that Shadow and I started on Friday night. The best thing to clean your mortar and pestle is always going to be some salt. So what I'm doing right now is, what I do is, I was telling my students that I had a breakthrough, an epiphany, as I was making incense with them last week. And you excuse the bad camera angles because I'm working. One of the things that I noticed is, like, you keep trying it. I think that the right amount of oil, number one, in your roots, it's a real delicate balance. There are a lot of books out here. There's this one by, hold on. Oh, that's called Incense, Oils, and Food. And it's a pretty good book. It gives me some ideas. It's really funny, though, because I don't usually go like parts and measurements. I cook I make my root work like my grandmama made her food. I don't measure things. So I'm waving smoke towards me because the goal here is so it doesn't smell like burnt roots. And so what I'm also finding is the price of handmade incense is going to have to increase, because I think working roots cost more, and really incense should cost more, because I might switch the prices around on those. I think I will, because you have to use a lot more essential oils if you want your incense to smell anything more than garbage. Anything. Now, I got a low battery, and it jacked me off. Jacked me up last time. And so what I'm going to do is, I like the way it smells, and I'm being real random today. Y'all gonna excuse me because I'm working. I'm going to add, I mashed up some frankincense. So I'm just going to, I always do this a little bit at a time. And that's why it takes so freaking long. But I think incense is one of those things, y'all don't order it. And I don't encourage it because it's not my favorite thing to make. But it's a little labor intensive. Jen, girl, I've been meaning to call you, boo-boo. Sorry. But yeah, I saw your picture the other day. Anyways, she knows what I'm talking about. So, I'm adding a little bit of frankincense. Frankincense is the one, no, I'm just making loose incense to burn on charcoal. So, cones and sticks, you playing bee sting, because I just got to tell y'all I don't like making incense. I know how to make it. But damn, this smells good. Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to probably fall in love with making incense. Maybe I just, haven't made enough of it. So maybe I'll have an incense sale and force myself to make more of it. Right, incense and salt to taste, same thing. Put a little bit of resin in here. It doesn't have to be so what they call resiny. Okay. So I'm putting in a little bit more, but this smells amazing. So once it smells amazing, that's another thing. My cousin told me I'm an over painter, an over smoker. Look at that. See, I'm dropping shit. Okay. Let me see if I can set this up right so we won't have this issue no more. Good grief. So what I'm going to do is, since I've crushed up a bit of frankincense, I'm just going to put it, because I might need it. Look at that. You know what? I have walk with me to my desk, because I actually have a thing that holds up my phone. See, I'm sitting up here trying to be all hood radish and prop my phone up against stuff when I have a lovely little thing that I had once upon a time that, of course, oh, you know where it is? I think it's in my handy dandy electronics store, because I shouldn't keep knocking over. Here it is. Hold on. When I got one of these. So we're just going to move crapola out of the way. And I'm going to put this up on its stand. And hey, everybody. I'm going to put it up on its stand. And it's not going to fall over anymore. Yay. You know, you just go out and buy stuff and then you don't never use it. That's what I just did. So, now that I've recovered all the crap off of my floor, this is really beautiful. This is the Rise Up. This is the antidepressant mix. And it's really citrusy. And I don't know, it smells like sunshine. So I looked and researched all of the herbs and the roots. Oh, good night. Well, you know what? If I don't feel good about something and the Wellbutrin ain't handling it, I'll definitely come in here and use that. Another good resin uses benzoin. And this is benzoin gum, which simply means it's crushed. Resins all come from the sap of a tree, I believe. Most of them, what I've read. So I'm going to take what I used here, and it tells me I have a little battery. So I'm going to get off of here in a minute, charge my phone again. Didn't have a little battery before. Oh, excellent. Wonderful. So I made their first purchase. Ding, ding, ding. So I'm just going to take this frankincense that I powdered and put it in the lid to the frankincense. Then I'm going to move it out of my range of motion so I don't mess it up. Because now I burned the incense. One of the other things I was taught was that if you're burning incense on charcoal and you're testing it to see how it smells, hey, Lewis, I'm going to get your free oil. Lewis named my fast money recipe. It's called Catch Them Coins. And I had a bottle for you, Lewis. I just haven't been to the post office because I've been trying to recover my house from Rootwork 201, but there it is. There's that beauty of, I don't know if you guys can see it really well. We'll put it back some, of the Rise Up incense. And it's more ground. We do that. And I bought a bunch of bowls from the dollar store, and then I found some wholesaler online where I was able to buy 20 quarter teaspoons, which is a great measurement for like putting oil, herbs and roots in oils, or colognes and waters. So I don't have to like clean this out and use it for something else. I'm gonna do like they do on TV, because I got it like that. Move it out the way. Got my packaging. Slide it into the shrink wrap, and that one's done. So luckily that one was in shrink wrap. I am knocking everything over. And you want to know why? Y'all, don't be like me. Don't be like Auntie Tracy. Get a goddamn clean workspace. So. But I don't have time for a clean workspace. So I just cleaned off an area because I really need to get this client stuff out to her. So starting off with my working roots, that's in a ground mixture. So I take that and I grind it much more than I would than if I would be using working roots. So this is Rise Up. So that's all the way over there. We're gonna move these closer. So I got my mixtures, my oil mixtures. I try to mix up my oil mixtures and my rootwort mixtures in small batches ahead of time. So when somebody gets an order, I can just make whatever it is. So the same thing, yeah, gravity sucks. So the same thing that's in Bitch Please for the working roots, the colognes, the waters, the oils, is the same thing that goes into the incense. The incense is just more finely ground, and some people like to do it in mortar and pestle. I have 4 now because of my students, Mr. Coffee grinders. So what I'm finding is that it wasn't that it was so bad, the incense themselves, and I've tried all kinds of things. Trust me, guys. I went to India and bought some of that self-lighting powder, which I think is nothing but sawdust. It smells like crayons. I'm probably going to end up throwing it away unless one of y'all want it. You pay for shipping, you can have it. Because what I'm finding is, I just, went back to, because I went to somebody's store and I liked their incense and they used it and I saw it in India and I bought it. Everything ain't for everybody. So now I got a new spoon, new bowl, stirring it with my right hand clockwise because I'm working good stuff. This is protection. Okay. I guess I could stir it counterclockwise with my right hand if you really want to stop to think about it, because I'm sending things away, but I'm doing it with good protective herbs and roots. And so I'm going to just drop a little bit more. And I'm ahead of myself because I think I put this back in the thing before I knew I was done with it. So I'm putting in the essential oil. I make my bitch please mixture and I'll make it ahead of time. That's also so when a client comes by and they want me to make something for them, and when it gets empty, like this one, I'll set it aside and make some more, because nothing makes me more angry than to come and find my bottles empty. But now that it's just me here, and not too many people here, I won't have that problem. So now I'm not even going to try to, now if I was to put resin in this, of course I'm going to put dragon's blood in it because it's protective. But the first thing I'm going to do before I put a resin in it at all is I'll take the bottom part of the spoon and I'll scrape all the stuff that's been burnt off of the charcoal. I got a little cauldron over here. I pick it up, but I'm really clumsy today. Well, I'm really clumsy most days, so we're not going to do all that. I am just going to test it out. Put a little bit on the charcoal, let it get burning, and if it smells good, I'm going to be done. I'm not even going to add any resin to it. What I found is, but you know what? Oh, this is fabulous. This is the bomb.com, and I'm aging myself. But you know what? Screw that. I'm gonna put some dragon's blood in here, cause it's protective. So I'm gonna put dragon's blood in here, cause I don't know. You just can't go wrong with dragon's blood. But wouldn't you know? That's the only. Y'all gonna watch my window. I gotta get my dragon's blood. It's the only resin I didn't pull out. How special is that? Dragon's blood breaks up pretty easily. If you guys are interested in any of the resins, I actually sell them on my website. So I'm going to get the dragon's blood. And I really need to stop being so cheap and change this out into a big jar, because I buy my roots and herbs wholesale, so I buy it whole as it's drained out of the tree. A few years ago when I worked at the store, I put it up on the website, on my Facebook page, to show everybody what it looked like, and somebody said it looked like dried up coochie. And I was like, you know what, that is just so wrong. But I looked at it a few years later, and yes. Well, you know what, actually, Kimberly, there's no such thing as dragon's blood oil. Dragon's blood they don't make an essential oil from dragon's blood. Now, you can make your own dragon's blood oil by crushing up, I suppose, a good deal of resin, and putting it in, in oil. There's a fragrance oil that I love so much, and I think I'm going to start making a dragon's oil cologne from it, and it crunches up so easily, so it could really nicely go into its own oil, okay? But Kimberly, there's no essential oil for dragon's blood. So anybody tell you that, they're not really, being honest with you. So if you buy dragon's blood oil, it didn't come from... I got, and if there's something that you're looking for, and I don't have it on my website, just please message me. Either I've got it or I'll get it. It's not a problem. So, I just love it. It just breaks up so lovely. And because this is bitch please, and because it is incense, I am going to add some dragon's blood to it. Because, to me, most incense burns well with some resin in it. But you don't need it all the time. But this was fabulous to begin with. And if I, and I'm not trying to brag here. I'm just talking about, I like the way it smells. Because honestly, I don't try to make something smell good. I just do it. And if it smells great, great. And usually anything for good smells wonderful. Anything for, fuckery, don't smell good. So there you go. I don't trust stuff that you're supposed to be messing somebody else with up that smells really great. Oh, that's just everything, and I like it because it's protection. Ooh, I wish this was smell-a-phone. Ooh, I wish this was smell-a-phone. It was funny because I was teaching a class, Root Work 101 the other night, and I was actually burning Palo Santo, and one of the women who was in the class was like, hey, Adrian, hi, everybody. If I didn't say hi before, hey, everybody, okay? The woman who was in my class, and this is something else, because now my cup runneth over. I'm hoping that I can fit. I'm going to try to pack it all in here for the client. The woman who was sitting there for my class, I was burning Palo Santo, she said she could smell it. And I said, spirits are something else. They'll send a smell your way. My mother was sleeping one night, and she said the whole world went quiet. She actually thought she was dead. And this was when she was in her early 20s, so it's kind of impossible. And she lived on the west side of Chicago. And the Palo Santo's everything. I found some Palo Santo resin over here at Bowline Apothecary. So if you all are in the Columbus area, she has not just the sticks, but she has the resin. So, and the great thing about having a bowl for everything, I buy these for my students, so they're pretty to mix their herb mixtures in. But when they're not here, I can use them, so I don't have to keep washing and drying out a bowl. And I get to look like those people on TV that, have, extra bowls and stuff like that for this type of stuff. This is why I don't have any room in my room, because I'm an extra and I got all these extras. But I've done this one here, and the bitch please, and I've started making, did I do this one? Yes, new incense labels. Although I'm trying to get the cut on my silhouette to work well, because right now it's cutting through the entire sheet. And so I'll pull up the paper, and the incense, the labels doesn't stick. So these were my old labels. And the bottle labels still will be made kind of with the same material, but the incense labels, I decided to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to try to find Palo Santo resin. I don't know where she got it. She's one of the people who sells my product, so I can't, say whether, what I'm going to do in that situation. But I'll take a look. So I wanted to make a differentiation because this client was so patient with this order, because I'm doing a typical mailing of an occult store order. It's been outside of my delivery window, so I'm working. So anybody that's placing an order, y'all know I'm working to get the orders out. But there's no order that's more than 3 weeks old. This is an older order, but this client orders from me all the time, and she was so appreciative that I wanted to send her some working roots and some incense for being patient. So I decided to switch it up and to put these on the clearer labels. And so you really can't see it till I put it on, but it looks so nice. Once you put it on the package, look at that. Isn't that cool? So all of my incense labels are now going to be a little bit bigger than the oil labels, and they're going to be on clear. And Tanya, I was telling her, this is not the customer I'm making this stuff for, but I'm catching up. I'll be having your stuff done too. A couple of my clients have been really patient with me because my sister been under the bus. And, between, I have a day job and I work for a university and I design online courses, and they go live tomorrow. So guess who's been working around the clock? Yeah, me, this girl, okay? And I always put on the outside of this, please open carefully, because I don't try to cheat y'all. So when I'm going to fill it up. So when you're opening it, stand over something or whatever so you don't spill all of the stuff on the floor. Frontera, I try. So that's the new see-through labels going in the shrink wrap. So that's that one. Let's see. I'm almost done. Oh, y'all. Oh, let me tell you something. Baby, bye. I do need a vacation, and guess what? I'm going to take one very soon. You'll see. I'll be gone from like mid-July to first week or so in no mid-September, first week or so or two in October. I'm taking a sabbatical. I may be reachable for about a week, like just for emergencies, and then after that, I'm just like I'm going off the grid, people. So I'll be back the first week in October, but I'm working with my witch circle to have them help me keep the store open during that time. The people that are going to be here with my baby. So yeah, I'm going to take a vacation. My daughter and I were talking about that, and I haven't had a vacation since 2012. That was right before I became a practitioner. So I'm going way off the grid. And, I'll have pictures and stuff when I get back. But I'm going to go do something for me. Now, Heal My Heart is, wow, this is really beautiful. One of my clients had a really, really bad breakup, and they wanted some Heal My Heart. So, knowing what I've learned about the rest of the incense that we've made, I am going to most definitely empty this container and put some more oil in it. Yes, and I even made a Heal My Heart label. So I'm going to take this old label off, because I'm like, how is she going to know the difference between the incense and the regular stuff, And so I said, let me make some new incense labels real quick, which then led me to rearranging my office. And I don't know if Facebook saved that video because my phone cut off, but my cat was sitting on my brand new expensive printer, and we weren't going to have that. So I had to move that, which then, you know how that goes. You end up moving your whole office. But that's incense. Guys, I'm going to see, and you guys tell me, I'm going to go walk away for a second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go see if I can get my plug for this phone so this one, it doesn't shut off again. It didn't die the last Facebook Live I did earlier. It just stopped working. So I don't want it to die, and I can't tell how much time I have left, so let me go get my cord. I wasn't planning on staying on this long. But it's funny how you can move one thing, and it can change a whole lot of things in your life. Like, I moved my printers, and now I have room for my crystal grid. Now, you know how much I hate life right now, because I have everything I need except for that little thing, that little plug. So if I lose you, no, I'll be back. I got all kinds of, normally I can't find a cord. Now I can't find a plug. And I'm working on straightening my life out so this doesn't keep happening. My lucky day. It's getting more and more like a cooking show every moment that I talk to you guys, because not only do I have a cord, I have an extra super duper long cord. Man, I'm getting prepared and stuff. I'm shocking myself, right? So, yeah, back to incense. So the key to incense is grind up your roots, okay? And Idris, yes, that's a man's name. Idris Elba. And of course I missed the garbage, the recycling bin with that, but I'll pick it up later. So that's my problem. I be aiming at stuff and I'll be picking it up later. Y'all ever do that? So now I'm going to plug in my phone so that I don't lose y'all, and we can keep talking. Because I can talk all day while I'm working on this, but I only have a couple more of these to go. So if you guys have questions, let me know. I hope I didn't show my booty in the camera. Did I show my booty in the camera? Look at that. Because, I'm still in my pajamas. Why? Because it's Sunday fun day. I ain't doing nothing. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to return this, and y'all tell me if I'm sideways, okay? Because I hope they fix this. How does that work? Can you see me, or am I sideways? This is irritating. Can you see me? Come on, tell me if you see me sideways. Am I sideways or am I okay? Is anybody going to tell me if I'm okay? Sideways. Doesn't that make sense? How about this? Am I upside down or am I sideways? I'm still sideways if I do this. Okay, alright. Well, as my grandpappy used to say, there's more than one way, I suppose, to fuck a duck. So I'm going to try to, am I right set up now? Okay. Let's see what we can do from here. I was going to have it hanging off of the table slightly because now I got the plug in. So, you all help me figure out all that stuff. See, it's going to work. We're going to make it work, though. We are going to make this work. So that my phone does not turn off when I'm talking to you. It hates me. It really hates me. That's what it does. If you all hear all kinds of click, clacking, and crap in the back, alright, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this to work, you guys, because Facebook doesn't know how to rotate an image. And so, while I'm charging it, I wish I had one of those cool chargers where you can like, and it doesn't hold on to it very tightly. Facebook doesn't have a way to rotate the picture, unfortunately, you guys. And the charger for this is at the bottom, and so I can't turn it. That really sucks. So, in any case, have you guys ever rotated your phone to do Facebook Live? Maybe you just can't do it when you're in the middle of a Facebook Live. Because I keep knocking shit down, and this thing don't look scary. And I'm doing my best here, guys, but it is not. There we go. As long as I don't need the benzoin, I can keep talking to you. Oh, boy. You know what I was thinking about? And you know what? That's what I'm going to go get. I'm going to get a tripod. I'm going to get a tripod for my phone. Because this is ridiculous. This is stupid. Trying to rig all this crap in order to talk to y'all while I work. Oh, at the beginning. Well, let's try it now. Shoot, let's try it now. Okay, so I'm going to turn it to the side, and then I'm going to do the magic wand thing, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do the vertical flip. How does that work? No, that's a flip. Horizontal flip. No. I don't think any of that works. You're right. Interesting. I saw the little magic wand thing. I don't know if that works well or not. But I'm going to play with it. It's just hard because when you do Facebook Live, you're Facebook Live, right? So you got to do it in the middle of what you're doing and look like a total and complete idiot. And that's not something I like to do. So looking dumb just isn't like kind of my thing. So anyways, back to incense as I blither on. I saw my best friend is on here. Hey, Dia. And I hate when things get out of order. And somehow I managed to get things out of order. That's something. Oh, well, that's because this one's not even in this one. How about that? It should be, though. That's ever so interesting. No, this is number 2. Nope, this is number 1. Wow. Just trying to organize my stuff because I just hate things to be out of order. I'm one of those types of people who like to have stuff where it's supposed to be, when it's supposed to be there. So, just trying to get my bottles back in order. But you guys have any questions? I'm just here. I'm chilling. And I'm doing work today so I get these orders out. But this is really strange because I think I put the wrong, chit-chatting with y'all, I think I put the wrong bottle back in the wrong place. Because, oh, there it goes. No, I didn't. Ta-da! So anyways, heal my heart. So, I'm thinking like, I'm thinking that frankincense would be a good, when doing mini kits, doing it all at once, a day by day. You're talking about the mini spell kits? That's the cool thing about those. You can do it either way. I like the mini spell kits because, number one, my big spell kits are like $75, I think. That's because there's a lot of stuff in it, and you would use that over an extended period of time. But as far as the mini spell kits, you could do that to work a spell all in one day. Or I would think there's enough in there for at least a bath or two. You could take a bath one day. You could set a candle one day. You could use the sachet powder, sprinkle it on your target or in your home one day. So you could go through every little thing in there one day for each of those small products. For example, I always put a water in the mini spell kit. So if it's Florida water, rose water, lavender water, whatever it is, you can clean your space that first day. Get whatever space where you're going to be working set up, consecrate the space. The next day, you can set the chime candle, okay? The next day, you can use, and you can put a little bit of oil on the chime candle. The next day, you can use the bath salts. So you can stretch it out, or you could very realistically do that all in one day. So now I'm taking, and I'm trying to find that spoon that I had. Luckily, I have 20 quarter teaspoons that I got from probably China somewhere. And I'm mixing up the Heal My Heart with some frankincense. Because frankincense is a resin that intensifies everything. Saltpeter, you know what? Saltpeter is most likely in that self-lighting incense powder. Saltpeter, probably some sand, what do you call that? Sawdust. Saltpeter, you know, this is the thing about using items. You gotta make sure that that item doesn't change the spell. You know, saltpeter is typically used to make men lose their erections, but it is also used for changing your luck and breaking jinxes. So you could, and saltpeter could make it smell, but when I learned how to make incense, saltpeter was not in any single one of those recipes, and that incense was the bomb. So I'm just going to put a little bit of, frankincense in here. Frankincense consecrates things. It also, heal my heart. It also, Hydron oil for everything. No, people overuse Hydron. I'm joking. But Hydron is kind of like, you know, like Florida water is the Mr. Clean of, or the Mrs. Clean of, or Ms. Clean of Voodoo. So is Hydron, is when you're talking about an all-purpose type of oil. Hydron's for mastery, victory, strength. You know, that's the most powerful herb in voodoo. I'm stirring Heal My Heart right now, and I'm probably going to have to light another charcoal to get this one going. It seems a little dry, but I don't want to overjuice it, because what can happen is it can cause your incense to cake. So you just got to have a nice balance of herbs to oils. Now, this is probably where following a recipe would probably be in my best bet, but guess what? I ain't like that. Hydron the Conqueror doesn't make its own oil. It's a root. So you're never going to find an essential oil for Hydron. So what do? Oh, man, y'all going to make me get up. I'm not getting up. Anyways, if you ever come, you can go back and watch the rest of it. I'm just blathering because it's Sunday. My baby's gone. She went to a band thing. And I'm making incense. And usually, I'm telling you, there's always a witch here in my house. And we're always chit-chatting. But I think my friends are tired because they be over here all the time. And my girlfriend said, you know, I'm going to go do some stuff in my own house. I was like, you know what? That's probably a good idea because you got a bedroom here now. So usually there is somebody always here. So I'm actually kind of enjoying it, but I'm so used to chit-chatting when I do my work that I figured I'd, chit-chat with y'all. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany comes here a lot and helps out. So I'm going to move some of I'm moving some of the, I don't have an ashtray in here per se. I guess I could pick it up and pour out the ashes, but I don't want to because the cauldron's a little hot and I'm having a clumsy day. So I'm going to take some Swift Light. And since I'm testing incense, I usually break this apart because it's usually too much for my purposes. Now, once upon a time in a fairyland called my original root room, I had a beautiful, cute little spoon and tongue incense holder, which has since disappeared. I love these things. These are torches. And I burnt the shit out of my hand one day, like trying to shield it from the wind like it was a regular lighter. Yeah, that was dumb. Because I was, back when I was smoking, I did that to myself. Yeah, beautiful, smart. Best to hold this over something. I'm telling y'all, I can be clumsy, but I'm just doing this to show y'all what I'm doing. To make sure that the incense really lights up really well. That was one of the hardest things for me to do when I first started using charcoal incense, was making sure, and then I hit it in the middle again once I get it inside the cauldron, and it turns bright red, and I must be a little firebug. But anyways, just to make sure it's nice and lit. Nothing's worse than it going out on you and you have a whole bunch of roots on top of it already. So I've already put frankincense in it. This is the Heal My Heart. I put a little bit of oil in it because I'm seeing a pattern here. You know, some of my students obviously used a lot of oil in their roots, and so when we went to burn their incense, they didn't have to do a thing. You know, grind it up a little bit. And it's nice to grind it up because you get a nice mix, and it sits right there on the charcoal, and you can go in that little dip that's in the charcoal. Yes, you need to use tongs. Don't do this with your bare hands, children, if you do this at home. I probably shouldn't even do this at home. But it wasn't smelling strong enough for me, so I'm dropping a little of my oil on here, on top of the roots. It needs more oil. But, oh, baby, bye, this smells so good. I love other people's incense. I ain't even gonna lie. Let me see. I got this corner. This might be too much. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more because I'm having a hard time getting it with the dropper. There we go. I love other people's incense. I'm not gonna lie. You missed all kind of stuff, Amber. You know what, Amber? Your profile pictures bothers me. I know you don't look like that. There's some kind of crazy man on your profile picture. And it's like, it always freaks me out every time I see it. Why you freak me out like that? You show your pretty face. Ew. I don't know who that crazy ass, and why are you typing the same thing over and over again? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? You missed the beginning of the video. That's what you missed. So, anyways, and you keep typing it, so I have to keep looking at that disturbing ass profile picture you have. I'm like, what is that? It ain't funny. You ain't funny. So, anyways, so I knew I needed a little bit of more oil. That's all it took. I'm really in love with this. It's got a little bit of frankincense in it, and I'm good to go. So I've souped it up with some oil, and I'm gonna put this to the side now because it's empty, and I get pissed off when I go and look at my own stuff and realize I have it empty, and I'll refill it when I'm done. So now, Heal My Heart is done, and why don't y'all type some questions or something so I don't have to look at Amber's crazy ass profile picture. Is anybody here still? I see 11 people. Y'all ain't got nothing to talk about today? I know you all have questions. Y'all worry me all day long in my inbox. But now when I'm here and I'm just chit-chatting with y'all, y'all don't have nothing to talk about. Facebook did that? Okay, they wanted to terrorize me because I said I didn't like your profile picture. See? Big Brother be watching for real, y'all. You fixing some candles? Oh, yeah, I gotta fix some candles for a client tonight so that I can get those in the mail for her tomorrow. But this is like the longest I've ever taken on a set of orders, and everybody's been so patient. It has been something else, but Like I said, you're all right. I need a vacation, and I'm going to take one because I need it. I'm at the time now where I can get 4 weeks off of my job. So I'm going to use most of that time and go away. You know, no TVs, no Facebook, no nothing. It's going to be beautiful. So that's Heal My Heart. Smells like a dream. Oh, the video from yesterday? No, I don't make Conjure oil. Why? Because I'm not a Conjure devotee. I would have to be in Kumbanda. No, Kumbanda, yeah, to do that. And I wouldn't feel comfortable making it for people who are not part of that religion. People always want to have relationships and do workings with spirits that are part of an established system. I don't recommend it. The bottom line is the herbs and the roots I've got the candles, Frontera. I just got to list them on my website. I'm going to start selling chime candles. They're going to be 75 cents each. But I don't make I don't make voodoo oils. I don't make like Azili Danto oil. And I don't make, Papa Legba oil. Because if you know anything about those traditions, yeah, they probably do have their own yes, Kimbanda. They probably do have their own recipes. In fact, I know some of them do. But we don't. If you're not initiated, nobody's going to give that to you. Mama Wata is an initiatory practice as well. No, I don't make Mama Wata oil. The bottom line is, black people in this country came here and took our magic medicine and mundane household functions and turned them into hoodoo. And the herbs and the roots are enough unless you have that spirit in your pantheon. Okay? You have some spirits in your by means of either assignment by a priest or a priestess or an initiation of some kind. They're going to tell you how to make their oils. They're going to tell you how to light their lamps and candles and things like that. So no, I don't do that. And I won't even do that if and when I ever initiate. So, only if whatever would be allowed in my petition. Get Janet Jackson tickets. Oh, you funny. Well, it depends on how you want to get them tickets. Because you can catch them coins, get you some fast money. And a favorite oil. Do I have a favorite oil? Like an essential oil? Favorite essential oil? Well, I have a few. Rose is always nice. I love anise star. I just love anise. I love frankincense. I love violet. I love juniper. I love lavender. That's probably lavender's my favorite. Lemongrass and lavender. But I love so many essential oils for different reasons. Okay, Frontera, if you want to add something to your order, we'll talk about that offline. Okay. But yeah, Catch Them Coins is a fast money oil. So if you want tickets to go see Janet, I suggest you get some Catch Them Coins oil, set you a light, put some money on you, put some other oil on your hands, and catch them coins. Do your workings, So let me see. I think I have one more incense. Oh, I have two. So I'm gonna talk through two more incense. This is am I out of bowls? Oh, for shame. I've got to go get bowls, you guys. I can't use the same ones I've been using. Oh, no, I don't. I got two left. Look at that. See? I have labels on top of it. I got it going on. So, once again, for those who haven't seen, I'll do it again. I've used these like paper waterproof labels for a very long time, but I wanted to kind of shake things up and make my labels different for my incense because I realized that I was sending this client these products and she wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the incense and the oil. Unfortunately, when I took this label off, it didn't come off all the way, so I'm going to use this for a Waymaker working roots instead. And I'm going to get a new box. So I have new translucent labels, clear labels, because I use a machine called Silhouette to cut my labels. You know I am nowhere near my recycling bin, but you know my... Whoop, I hit it this time, y'all. Look at me. So let's see what this is. This is Waymaker. So this is my road opener. So for example, Papa Legba is the spirit that opens roads. And so if somebody wanted to do a petition to him, I would suggest talking to a priest or a priestess within the voodoo first. But, you know, Papa Legba and Gade are two that are good for you to appeal to. Now, not necessarily doing a magic or working, invoking the spirit, but maybe asking the spirit to help you. So I've got these new translucent labels that I'm going to use for incense and some other things, and they look really cool on the box. So, like I said, through trial and error and the joy that is incense, I found that when I went to burn my incense, that it wasn't really smelling like much more than burning herbs and roots. And you could smell the types of herbs and roots that I was burning, but it wasn't really something that smelled like incense to me. And so it's been a long time since I make incense, because you guys don't order it. And sometimes you can fall out of practice, and it's like one of those things that I just don't really care for. Now, benzoin is one of those things, so I'm going to have to move my phone a little bit, and we'll see how this works. Pick this up a little bit. That is for good luck. So for me, it would be very appropriate to use in a road opener. Frankincense, myrrh, those also are good. Copal is excellent for purification, so I would use that in something that I was using to, unhexing, uncrossing, or just, getting rid of your own personal ick type of stuff. So back so it sits up just a little bit. So you guys can see me up there. It's very, very light outside before. And that's why I closed my window. So now my video is a little bit dark. But I'm not opening those windows because it's not going to, backlights are not going to help. I don't think it is in any case, but let's give it a whirl. There it is. Not so bad. So, anyways, yeah, it helped a bit. So, I am stirring with my right hand, and you can see here, this is the mixture. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah. And stirring with my right hand in a clockwise manner, because I'm encouraging the roads to open for this client. I'm using herbs and roots that are associated with road opening, including abracamino, which I get from the Botanicas in New York. I have lovely Facebook friends who send me dried abracamino, because you buy it fresh, and by the time it gets here, it's not something I want to put in client stuff. So they send it to me after they've dried it for me, and I really appreciate the people who have done that for me. Big shout out. So the Botanicas in New York selling fresh. Smelling that, oh, that's really nice. So I've just added the benzoin. I haven't added, I'm getting ready to do that. Wash over me. Where is Waymaker? See, now everything's all out of order. But I know I have some. But I've been trying to put my oils back in order since my students left, because somebody ABC order be messing folks up. Well, wouldn't that be interesting? Out of every single oil I have sitting here, no, that's court cases. That's scot-free. Oh, oh, there it is. It's on the table. I was working a candle for somebody and used it. So there you go. So anyways, it says my battery's low. Duh. That's why I have it plugged in. So I'm going to put my oil mixtures back over here so they stay in order. And put this back, put this down, and put some more Waymaker in oil. Oh, my favorite incense. Oh, man. Oh, luckily I got just enough Waymaker oil to do this, y'all. My favorite incense, I'm telling you, my two current favorite formulations right now are Ever After, which is my blend to get a marriage proposal. They're herbs and roots that are traditionally used when you are seeking a husband or a spouse or a wife, you know? So, those are traditional herbs and roots that are used for that. It smells like love. Oh my God, yes. You have a good evening, Frontier. I'm out of orange chimes right now and rose colored chimes, but I pretty much have all of the other traditional hoodoo colors. So, but I'm out of orange because everybody wants road opening. So, I'm going to order those from my wholesaler soon, and I'll get those to you. You love ever after too, girl. Isn't that amazing? And I'm like I said, y'all, it's the roots, it's the herbs, it's the oils. It has nothing to do with me. All I do is research, and I see what it's supposed to smell like, and then I do it. Ooh, you know what? I think I'm gonna add just a little bit of something else to this Waymaker oil. Do I have that? I have to move very carefully, or I'm going to knock my phone off of this table because it's charging. So if it comes crashing down, y'all, I'm sorry. So let me go over here. Hey, I need some oil from over here. So I'll keep talking, y'all. I'm gonna find this. Oh yeah, it should be right back here. Come on, yeah. Because when you're burning something, for instance, sometimes the traditional mix that I'm using is not always pleasant. And I know with this one particular mixture that I'm doing right now, it's got a lot of bay oil in it. And so I'm going to balance it out with one of the florals I have in it. Because Waymaker, two of my ingredients, and you can see it, when you buy the herbs and roots. I'm not giving away the farm here, are Abra Camino, because that's a traditional road opening herb, and bay. Bay is victory. So let's smell that. I like that, but I think that I need to put some resins in here, some more resins. So we started off with benzoin because that is a really nice good luck herb, and I'm thinking, it's a good luck resin. I'm trying to decide because I know people always say frankincense and myrrh, they make everything, more powerful. So I think that I'm going to use myrrh because it's strong. It's definitely a purification herb. It's one that you can use to clear the way. Definitely, frankincense and myrrh were made and brought to Jesus when he was born. So it's peaceful, it's healing, it's good stuff. So I think that I'm going to take a little bit of myrrh. Myrrh is it's the icky sticky of Conjure, to me anyway. So I'm going to take a nice little small chunk because like I said, I don't do like measurements. So while that's burning away, I'm going to put this down here in between my legs, not on my table, because, it's not good banging up your table. And bang a little myrrh into this. Hey, Helena. Yeah, ever after. If you all want to really, 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 and you know what? I will not wear it. Why will I not wear ever after? Because I don't want a husband. And I don't want folks chasing me down the street. So I won't wear it. But do I love it? Yes, I do. And then, you never know who might pop up at your house. I had a male friend pop up at my house last week. You don't want to be wearing that if you don't want to get married. I'm just saying. So, hey, Daisy. You don't want to wear ever after if you don't want a man. And my suitors have a tendency to show up unannounced. And it'd be just my doggone luck that the day I'm wearing that stuff, somebody shows up that I ain't thinking about marrying. So, but I do love ever after. I love it so much. Hey, Gennaro. Congrats on the new job, girlfriend. Now you can feed your big Liz addiction. I'm going to send you a congratulations gift, too. All right, so now I've added a little bit of myrrh to the Waymaker. And seriously, like, oh my God, wow. Okay, that made a difference. Yeah, that's the bomb.com. And even, I've showed you guys at the beginning, I think I showed you this mix, and you can even see what a difference it made in the mix. Can you see it? Let me see. Let me make sure you can see it. There you go. The myrrh changed the color. You start tomorrow. Oh my God. Girl, right. You know I don't want no husband. You know who. So somebody popped up here last time when you was here, and somebody asked me. I'm trying to keep my phone from falling off the table with you all because I'm trying to charge it, and I'm trying to charge it, and then I'm trying to talk to y'all at the same time, and I'm trying to mix these incense in. I don't know. Mixing incense is just if people, I told my students it's my least favorite thing, and I should have worked on my incense that I had for this order when they were here, but I was too busy talking to them about how to make incense. But I'm liking it now. So yeah, but I think that it's right now it's cheaper than working with. So I'm going to switch those prices around because really this should be the price of the incense, and the incense should be the price of the working roots. So before y'all make an order, when I get off of this, let me go over there and change that. But I think that maybe I'll put some incense on sale. I don't know. I don't have a lot of time right now, so maybe, you know when I'm going to put incense on sale? I'm going to put incense on sale sometime during the holidays. Because after Black Friday, it tends to get a little bit dead. And I will have the time that it takes. But I am having a divination sale. And I do have reading appointments available this week. If you're in my playing card divination class, make sure that you've done your homework. We're going to talk about spreads tomorrow. Okay? You are to come. I'm going to have a few. But I need y'all to stop clowning and have the spreads ready, okay? Because, oh my goodness. Now that's interesting. Paying attention to the way these new labels behave. If I get essential oil, and that makes sense because it's inkjet, it ate the ink off the label. So I got to make sure I'm real careful. I usually don't label things till I'm done working on them. The video, you want the video from yesterday, the suited diamond. I thought I uploaded it, but probably not, because what happens is when I finish with y'all, it has to process. It has to process and render on the end of the company that I do the web conferencing with. So I will go over there after I'm done with all of these incense and make sure I've got all of her order together, because it's taken entirely too long to get this to her. And I will upload into our group, because I have a playing card divination group. If you join my playing card divination class, it's $150 for 6 weeks of instruction. Once this particular version is over, I will sell all of the version 1 videos for a lesser cost. However, you won't get to ask any questions and be part of the group if you just want the recordings. When I offer playing card divination after my vacation, I will then start up a new group, and that'll be for $150. So sorry about that, Tiff. It takes a minute for it to render, but the first 3 modules are already up. What was that? Hearts, clubs, spades, and hearts, clubs, and spades are already up. And we did diamonds yesterday. So now the last but not least is Sugar Daddy. And if you guys have ordered my working roots, you'll see that it looks a little bit different than the working roots. That's because it's ground to more of a powder. Not quite the powder that you use when you are, this is probably going to be like the worst jacked up Facebook Live in Big history, because I'm trying to charge my phone. I'm trying to use this thing that holds up the phone. I'm trying to prop it up on my benzoin jar. So there you go. Somebody's asking me about spells. Let me tell y'all a little bit about me and spell casting. This may change in the future, but often I don't do a lot of spell work for people. And the reason why is simply because my spirits won't let me. You know, I'll ask them, can I do a working for this person? And the spirits will go, no, you may not. Sometimes I ask them why. Sometimes I don't care, because a lot of times when somebody asks me to do spell work, I really don't want to. because I sometimes feel like they're not giving me the accurate story. Okay? So, oh, you went to Cleveland Pagan Pride? I didn't know it was yesterday. I would have went. You don't never tell me nothing. You're wrong for that. So in any case, as far as doing spell work from other people, I don't usually like to do a lot of spell work for other people because I think that your spell work is more powerful if you do it yourself. Um, that may change, but right now I prefer that you do your own spell work. But sometimes I do work for people, but I always do a divination first. And so a spell work consultation on my website is $125 because what is there is you're going to get a full reading and you're also going to get advice for what type of spell work to do. Now that's not me doing the spell work. That's the full reading and the spell work based on your reading. Okay? And you can get regular readings for lesser prices. So, yes. So I'm looking at definitely for Sugar Daddy and trying to think about which one I want to use. And I think I'm going to use a little dragon's blood. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the charcoal because it may not need anything. I'm going to put a little bit more. Sorry about that. That was my thing to water my garden, and I definitely need to get out there and do that before the skeeters come. So luckily I'm on my last instance that I have to do. I believe that I have to do. So putting it on the charcoal. Nope, burning roots. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Burning roots. It's burning roots. So I'm not even want to torture myself anymore by continuing to burn those. I'm just going to scrape that off. Get a different spoon. And get to mix on some of these essential oils. Because that's what I found. I was always wondering how people got their incense to be so strong. It's definitely from oils. So I'm going to take a little bit of dragon's blood and put that in my mortar and pestle. And I'm going to mash that up. Like I said, I don't put it on top of my table. I put it between my legs. Mash that up. And they mash up so lovely. Dragon's blood just completely crumbles fairly quickly. I don't know if you guys can see that. But I'm going to put that in there. Because dragon's blood is good in love spells. And I'm going to mix that up. And I'm definitely going to do this in a clockwise rotation with my right hand. But this is Sugar Daddy. This is my version of Cleo May, a traditional recipe that prostitutes used to use. And this is so you can get laid and get paid. So, Sugar Daddy. So it already smells a lot better because I've got the dragon's blood in it. And now I'm going to give it the juice. So I make my mixtures for all of my products ahead of time. When that's what I've done here. And I'm just going to juice this up. Like I said, be careful when you're juicing up your incense because, like I said, I don't use drops. Like, I don't have like 6 parts this, 5 parts out. No, I cook like my grandma did. Yes, it is more powerful for you to do your own work. There's some stuff that only a priest or a priestess can do, and I'm not a priest or a priestess yet. So that's why I said, maybe one day my thing will change about doing work for people, and maybe I'll be like, oh, I'll do your work now. But that's when you paid your dues. And I just don't believe in doing work willy-nilly for people. And then, I have a very interesting perspective on spell work. I don't believe that because the results of a spell were not exactly what you wanted, that the spell failed. What I believe is that it worked. It just may not have worked in the way you wanted it to. So, yeah, and that's how you end up on Whip-Off Report for real instead of some dumb person that doesn't even have anything to say about me ripping them off. That's how, because people get mad because it doesn't work. I'm smelling it. Let me smell. I think I'm going to put a little bit more juice in it and some more resin, but this time I'm going to switch it up. I think I am going to use a little, no. I use a little bit of benzoin gum, which means I have to move. swap some. I just put the copal there. So I'm going to use a little benzoin gum, get my spoon out for that. And like I said, woo, don't fall phone. Like I said before, these are commonly used resins that are commonly used in incense. So they also have different reasons. So copal's really good. Benzoin's really good for good luck. Copal's really good for purification. Dragon's blood is really good for protection and love. Frankincense and myrrh are just always all-purpose, make things more powerful. So I keep all of those on hand, but I have some other stuff too. So now I put some benzoin in here, and I'm gonna put a little bit more juice in here. I didn't want to make it too juicy, but I am gonna. Okay, I think I only got a little bit. No, I got a lot left. I better not pour all that in there. Ooh. Yeah, put a little bit more. But that's what I've noticed. And I'm glad that I use a lot of essential oils because it's still all natural. It's still the spirit of the root. As a matter of fact, it's the most powerful part of the root is, it's sachet, it's blood, is this essential oil. So I love pairing them with the actual herb and roots themselves, as well as it complements them. Then there are also some roots that I may not have, but if I don't have that root, if I have its natural essential oil, rather than a fragrance oil, then I still have that root power in there. Because remember, all of these herbs and roots, they have a spirit, they have a magical purpose, they have a mundane purpose, and most of them have a medicinal purpose. And that's where we get Western medicine from. So let's smell that. I keep going out of the camera. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, this is nice. And when you get to the I like it stage, leave it alone. How many of you, I've done this before. You've seasoned something and it's good, and in your efforts to make it great, you actually overseason it. That's not what I want to do with this incense because I do not want to start over. So I'm burning it. Oh gosh, yes. Leave this alone right now. Yep, you throw in that I just put just a little bit more salt, and you mess up your whole plate. So yeah, this is it, and I'm done. And actually, I'm done with all of my incense. I don't even know I wonder if Home Depot or Menards is open, because I used to have, once upon a time, in this house somewhere, an array of nails. Flatheads. I don't even know why people use brads for anything other than woodwork, my dollhouse making, but I don't have a lot of flathead nails. And if you're hanging pictures or want to hang something, I got all of these picture hangers and no nails. And I'm mad about that too, because they were in a cute little box I got at the dollar store, and they were all separated, and I packed up nice, and I can't find them. Now watch me go and buy an assortment of nails, and watch me come home and find my nails. But that's okay. I need them. I've been, ooh, Lord, that smells so good. I wish this was, whoa. See, that wasn't going to last long, y'all. I'm going out. That's what I'm going to go out and do. Doggone it. Ooh, you know what? This is the problem. And let me tell you how mentally ill I am. You see these bottom hooks? You see this part right here? This is what the phone is supposed to sit in, y'all. I've had it literally attached to the phone like this. Where the base of the phone should have been sitting in this the entire time. It's supposed to, I think. This don't make any sense, y'all. I don't get it. No, it's not how it's supposed to go. I guess it would go that way if I had the phone turned the other direction. But that's not the way it's supposed to go. So anyway, so I've finished the Sugar Daddy incense. I can't win with this damn thing, but I'm going to go. I have to put on a bra, y'all. Oh, God. I hate bras. When you come here for Root Work 201, bras are optional. But let me next time. Well, you know what? Screw that. I'm just going to hold it in my hand and show you doesn't want to open. This is some old bullshit, y'all. Hold on, guys. This doesn't want to open. I hate this. Okay. Let me prop this thing. I just closed gently to that freaking lid, and now the lid don't want to open. Okay. Okay. No problem. But I think I got it. You know what? This was a great way to prop the phone up. It's not really lopsided, but at the end of this, I find out how to do it right. But anyways, so here is the finished incense. I wish you could see it better. I don't feel like turning on the lights, though. I feel a little bit today. But here, let's see. There we go. The finished incense. It's drastically different from Working Roots, but smells great. So yeah, so I'm going out today. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm getting me a tripod for my phone. When my daughter is still, what time is it, y'all? It's like 7, right? I'm gonna go out here, water my garden, and did I not? Yes, I made one. Yay! I'm gonna go out, water my garden, go in the house, find some real clothes to put on. Oh, real clothes. I hate them. Y'all, I work at home for all my jobs. So I really, really, really hate real clothes. But I don't want to offend nobody. So I'm going to go put on some real clothes. And I am going to go. And I always put my incense cauldron in my sink when I leave if there's still some charcoal going in it. Safety first, children. And find myself. Yes, I just saw your message, bro. I got you, whatever it is, you know I got you. Just give me a minute. So one of my spiritual brothers, I am gonna go find some real clothes, water this garden, which the garden has been hit or miss this year. I've learned some valuable lessons, and one of them is planning. You know, you gotta plan your crops and all this good stuff. You just can't run out to the seed store or to the nursery and just throw crap in the ground. But I bet you that my soil's going to be much better next year because I've been composting all summer. I'm going to mix it up and, you know, let it sit there all winter and mix all of that with my my soil next year. So I've been composting things from my house. So I'm going to wheelbarrow my compost over to my garden, and I'm going to, you know, probably I'm going to hire somebody. Let me stop lying, y'all. I'm going to hire somebody to take the compost out that compost bin and put it in my garden, okay? And then this winter, I'm going to take time and plan what I want to plant. I have some really good seeds in my my freezer, and they last a really long time. I am praying. My financial goal is to buy this greenhouse off Amazon that is outside. It's made out of plexiglass, and it's $600. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to buy myself a real greenhouse, not one that's going to blow over, and start my stuff in the greenhouse. So it won't be so hard to move it outside when it's time to hardy up the plants. So that's my goal. Gonna get myself a greenhouse, a real greenhouse next year. But I still have my greenhouse in the basement if that doesn't work, and I'll just have to transport the plants up and down the stairs every day when it's time to put them outside for a little bit. But that really sucks when I could just take them out of the greenhouse. So, love, peace, Afro grease. Y'all stay black. I'm gonna go and try to find me some nails and a tripod for my phone because this ain't working. And I'm watering my grass, and I'm gonna go. I've got some really cool, and I'm gonna have to show it to y'all next time. There's a lady named Heather who has a spiritual store in Newark, and my friend Tiffany goes there a lot, and she has the best bug spray. So now I don't have to worry about getting eaten up by skeeters when I go water my garden. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hey, Shadow. It's so strange without you here that I got online to talk to everybody else while I finished up this incense. So, anyways, gonna run, people. Love you to death. If you have any questions, let me know. Inbox me, and I'll see you guys soon, okay?